Right, now, how often will we see Arsenal in Jay Bothroyd's 2026 predictions? We've been teeing it up all morning, so let's get to it. Right, the first one, we already know what the answer to this is going to be if you've been watching from 10 o'clock. Who's going to win the Premier League? An easy one for you.
Arsenal, all day, all day. There were some concerns, but now we're back on track.
Okay, and you did say, though, you don't think it's going to be easy, like Paul Merson said. Well, he didn't. He said they'd win easily.
Easily, yeah.
You don't think it will be that, though, do you?
From the beginning, I always said if Arsenal win the league, it's going to be because of the defence. So that's why I don't think it's going to be easy, but it doesn't matter whether it's easy or hard. Arsenal just need to get over the line now. Right,
OK, so that's the top one. What about the top four? Now, we know that it might be fifth might get you into the Champions League, but just to be certain, let's go for the top four, because if you want to get in. So we know that Arsenal are number one. Who else have you got in there?
Obviously, I got Man City in there. Again, it's going to go really close, but we all know that I'm an Arsenal fan, so I'm going to be positive for Arsenal. Then we got, obviously, Liverpool. Liverpool are going to get themselves back on track. I think that they've got too much quality in their squad not to be in there. And then I still feel like Chelsea will end up in fourth position.
Who do you think they'll be challenging with that for the fourth place? Because the top three, I think a lot of people would say the top three.
Yeah.
But Villa are currently third.
Yeah.
You've got Manchester United before last night.
I feel like they'll be competing with Aston Villa mainly, maybe Man United, but I feel like Chelsea will be there. I think they got a very good squad. They got game changers, and I feel like that's why they're going to get in there again.
You look at Newcastle's fixtures. A lot of Newcastle fans think that they can get up there.
Yeah, their fans are.
Here we are on Sky Sports Fan Club, and Jay says fans' opinions don't count. That's good. Okay, so top four there. Now this is harder. Okay, this is where you really upset people. Relegated. So Premier League bottom three. Good luck.
I mean, it's looking really, really bleak for Wolves. Rob Edwards has got a hell of a job in his hands. I think the only way that Wolves can stay up is if.
Have you changed that?
Yeah, that's wrong.
That's wrong. Okay,
that's wrong. That's wrong.
Get rid of that because you've just given some. Because that's the only one.
Wolves, Wolves.
Wolves is one. So forget West Ham and Leeds. That's not what you said.
I can move forward. So I'm going for.
Maybe that's what you went for at the start of the season, and we've gone back. But anyway.
No, it's definitely not either. But I'm going Wolves, Burnley, and I'm sorry, but I'm going for Bournemouth still. They've got 5 points out of 30 points. I feel like you lost the whole back line. You know, obviously Semenyo is going to be going as well now. I just feel like it's really, really tough, and I think they're going to really, really struggle and fall down the league. So
just to be clear, Wolves, yes, but you also said Burnley who was second bottom. That's played really well in the second half last night.
They did, but they conceded too many goals.
The Bournemouth one that's the one that's got everybody thinking, wow, should we not?
To be honest, Tom, I said at the beginning of the season, when you lose your whole back line, your goalkeeper, you know, it's hard to keep yourself on track. And don't get me wrong, Bournemouth done fantastically well up to this point. But like I said, they've got 5 points out of a possible 30 points. That is nowhere near good enough. And then you're going to lose your talisman as well. I just don't see how they're going to end up. It's going to be close, but I think they will drop into it.
Well, Bournemouth fans, let us know what you think. Get your messages in and your voice notes as well. Because remember, at 11:45, you've got your questions to Jay Bothroyd. I've got a funny feeling some Bournemouth fans might have something to say about that. Right, OK. What about the three big trophies? If you're going to win the quadruple, you've got the Premier League, which you've already said. Promoted clubs first. Sorry, I've skipped a little bit. All right, so this season, you've just said who's going down from the Premier League. Who's coming up into the Premier League?
Well, obviously, Coventry. We've got to be in there. I think they've done fantastically well under Frank Lampard. Then we've got Ipswich. And then we've got Middlesbrough. I think all teams are really, really good. They've got some really good attacking players. Especially Coventry and Middlesbrough, big clubs. But I just feel like Ipswich is starting to get back on track. They're playing good football. They've got a fantastic manager as well. So that's why I've gone with those three.
Yeah, so Middlesbrough would be playoffs. Yeah. Which is the hardest one to predict, isn't it, really? Because in the Championship or EFL in general, clubs who, even now at New Year, clubs who are just above relegation zone can get up. I mean, it was a bit earlier when Frank Lampard came into Coventry and he took them from right down there up to the playoff semi-final. So it is harder for that third one.
I'll tell you one thing as well, Tom. When I was playing in the Champions, I genuinely didn't look at the league table until like the end of February, because there's so much football to be played. Now, I know Coventry is in a good position right now, but I wouldn't bet on it. There's no guarantees that Coventry are even going to get promoted. Normally, going towards the end of the season, it's that team that starts creeping up, that finds that form, that drifts into the playoffs, and then can maybe nick third spot as well. But it's tough. The Championship is so hard.
You've upset Bournemouth, Wolves and Burnley fans, but you've made Coventry, Ipswich and Middlesbrough fans very happy with that. Right, what about the 3 cups? You've got the Champions League, the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. So if you're going to win the quadruple, you've got that plus the Premier League. And you've already given the Premier League to Arsenal. Yeah,
I'm definitely going to the Premier League. For Arsenal, then I'm going to go for Man City.
Champions League, so when you did say earlier on the show...
Man City domestic double. I'm saying Arsenal for the Premier League and the Champions League.
Is that heart or head? They are bookies' favourite for both, actually. They are bookies' favourite.
It's both. And like I said, I just feel like Arsenal's defence is probably the best in the world as a collective. It's going to be really difficult to beat Arsenal over 2 legs still. And that's why I feel like Arsenal are in a good position to go and do the double.
Is that enough for Man City? For their fans?
It's a double. I mean, obviously, Man City are going to be...
And you've got them second.
They're going to be they're going to be judged on major trophies, especially when you've got players that they've got and then Guardiola. But ultimately, it's still a successful season getting a domestic.
Well, after that, there's a fairly big competition coming up in the summer, the World Cup 2026. Who are you backing to win that?
I mean, listen, I'd love to see England win it.
That means you're going to say no.
Yeah, I'd love to see England win it. And I am positive, but, I'm going to use my head for this one. And I just feel like Spain have got too much. I feel like when you see them at the Euros, they were fantastic. They've got great young players. They've got over the line in a major competition before. I just feel like they're just a top side.
I was hoping I wouldn't have to ask the next one. Is how far will England get? Because I was hoping that England's name would have been there on winners. So how far do you think England are going to go?
I've gone semi-final. And that's purely because I think about, France, Portugal, Brazil's, Argentina. Like, it's so many teams there. I just feel like, can England get over the line against like the Argentinas, the Portugals, France? I'm not entirely sure, but I still think Arsenal. I still think England are a great squad, great players. But they all need to perform, and I haven't seen that yet.
Tuchel was brought in to win the World Cup. Do you think, even if he wins the World Cup, do you think he'll go? And semi-finals, I guess he'd have to go because he hasn't won the World Cup.
Yeah.
Do you think he's going regardless?
Yeah, I think he's going regardless. I genuinely think that Eddie Howe will probably be the next England manager. Again, I think he's a fantastic manager. There's no doubt about it. If Tuchel wins, there's a chance that he might stay. But I don't see him staying. I think he'll just go out on a high, and then obviously if England don't win, then he's going to be going anyway. But I just feel like, I think most people would like to see an English manager managing England.
Okay, so that's a bit of a prediction there that Eddie Howe will be England manager next summer. However, we're going to finish with Jay Bothroyd's bold prediction. Was that one it?
Pardon?
Was that it, the Eddie Howe?
No, it wasn't a bold prediction. I'm going to go back to Arsenal on this one because, I feel like Arteta wins a double or wins a league. I feel like...
I didn't know this was coming up.
Could potentially go back to Barcelona or Madrid. I think that with the link with Arteta and Barcelona, I feel like there's strong there. And that's why I'm thinking maybe he might want to go to one of those clubs, their biggest clubs in the world.
Could he go to Real Madrid if he's... Because he's been at Barcelona, hasn't he?
I just think when Real Madrid is the biggest club in the world, but then obviously because of his ties with Barcelona, I feel like he would have done absolutely everything at Arsenal. He would have took Arsenal from 8th position to then winning a double, the majors. I mean, we are talking about, this is a bit outlandish, but I like to be outlandish.
That's a bold prediction, that's what it is.
Exactly, it's a bold prediction. But I just feel like with his Spanish ties, with the Barcelona ties, it's either going to be Barcelona or going to the biggest club in the world, Real Madrid.
Right, would he go with, if you've predicted that Arsenal are going to win the Premier League and Champions League, so would he go with Arsenal fans' blessing, or would they say he's turning their back on him?
Well, I mean, listen, if he can do the double, I would love Arteta to stay. I think every single fan would, I think players would, but ultimately he would have done absolutely everything. And I think if he does that, then of course he will get the fans' blessing to go to a team like Real Madrid and Barcelona, and he's Spanish. I think like his goals, I think as a manager, I think everyone's goal would be to manage at the biggest club possible, and I feel like Madrid and Barcelona for him would be that.
Okay, well, they were Jay Bothroyd's 2026 predictions. Let's bring you the full list in case you missed any of it. Arsenal to win the Premier League, Manchester City in second, wasn't it? Then Liverpool Then Chelsea in the top 4. Bottom 3, Wolves, Burnley and Bournemouth. Bournemouth fans already getting in touch, by the way, Jay, I'm told. Arsenal winning the double in Jay's world, lifting the Champions League, while Manchester City take the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup. Spain are his prediction for the World Cup, and heartbreak for England in the semi-finals. And one bold prediction is that Mikel Arteta will win 2 trophies with Arsenal before leaving for either Real Madrid or Barcelona. I enjoyed that, Jay.